Tech billionaire Elon Musk has stirred global controversy once again. This time championing for the release of jailed far-right British activist Tommy Robinson. Elon Musk, the world's richest man and newly appointed advisor to Donald Trump, pinned the phrase "Free Tommy Robinson" to the top of his profile.
Have you ever found yourself caught between a rock and a hard place? That's exactly where Reform UK finds itself right now. As someone who's followed British politics closely, I can't help but feel the tension in this moment. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine having to choose between potentially alienating your core supporters and embracing a controversial figure who could broaden your appeal. It's a decision that could make or break Reform UK's future. And I'm on the edge of my seat, waiting to see how it unfolds.
He's now looking at 13 months behind bars. Since then, there's been organised protests across the country in London, Manchester, Leeds. People in their thousands are marching for Robinson's release. That's Tommy Robinson. You might have seen him here or more recently online. In late May, Robinson was arrested outside Leeds court. That very same day, he was sent to jail. Robinson live-streamed the defendants walking into court. He also spoke about the case and filmed inside the court's entrance. Because of this video, he was given a 3-month jail sentence.
Elon Musk, the tech billionaire, known for his market-moving tweets and controversial statements, has unexpectedly thrust himself into the heart of British politics. His recent tweets supporting Tommy Robinson have sent shockwaves through Westminster, leaving Reform UK caught in an uncomfortable spotlight.
He was arrested and he was immediately jailed for 13 months in relation to the original crime back at Canterbury.
Caused a breach of peace, I'm being arrested.
It's an issue of free speech.
And we are here to tell the world, and the UK government in particular, free Tommy Robinson.
Musk described Robinson as a truth teller while sharing a controversial documentary linked to the activist. Robinson, however, is no stranger to controversy.
It's a twist that even the most seasoned political observers didn't see coming. Nigel Farage, the charismatic leader of Reform UK, now finds himself in a precarious position. On one hand, Musk's influence could be a game-changer for the party. After all, Farage himself has called Musk a hero figure, especially for the youth. The potential to attract younger voters and tap into Musk's vast resources is undoubtedly tempting. But at what cost? The dilemma facing Farage is stark. Embracing Musk's support could alienate moderate voters and tarnish the carefully crafted image Reform UK has been building. Yet distancing the party from Musk's controversial statements risks losing a powerful ally and the momentum his endorsement could bring. Reform UK's recent surge in the polls and the defection of Conservative MPs have positioned the party as a serious contender in British politics. But can they afford to risk it all on the whims of an unpredictable billionaire? Musk's history of market-moving tweets and political interventions raises serious questions about his true motives. Is he genuinely invested in British politics, or is this just another fleeting interest for the mercurial entrepreneur?
EDL was a counter-organisation to what they saw as the threat posed by Islamist extremism in their hometown, and it grew very, very rapidly across the UK's system.
It was suspended for 18 months as long as he didn't commit any more offences. Fast forward a year, and now Tommy Robinson is outside a trial in Leeds, and this time he appears to do the same thing again.
Over the years, he has faced multiple charges for offences ranging from assaulting a cop to entering the United States illegally.
The Tommy Robinson situation adds another layer of complexity to this political tightrope walk. Farage has publicly stated, "We're a political party aiming to win the next general election. He's not, what we need. It's a clear attempt to maintain Reform UK's moderate image. But with Musk calling to free Tommy Robinson, the party can't simply ignore the issue. As Reform UK grapples with this unexpected turn of events, the stakes couldn't be higher. The decision they make now could reshape not only their future, but the entire landscape of British politics. Will they embrace Musk's support and risk alienating moderate voters? Or will they distance themselves from his controversial statements and potentially lose a powerful ally? The coming weeks will reveal the true nature of Reform UK's political convictions. As we watch this high-stakes game unfold, one thing is clear: the intersection of social media influence, controversial figures, and traditional politics is creating a new and unpredictable political landscape. For Reform UK, navigating these treacherous waters could make the difference between becoming a major political force and fading into obscurity. Tommy Robinson, political prisoner or opportunistic troublemaker? It's a question that's been dividing British public opinion and now threatens to tear Reform UK apart. Robinson's recent 18-month prison sentence for contempt of court has reignited fierce debates about free speech and the handling of grooming gang scandals. But it's Elon Musk's unexpected call to free Tommy Robinson that's really set the cat among the pigeons. Reform UK now finds itself in a political minefield they've long tried to avoid. Nigel Farage's careful distancing from Robinson in the past is suddenly under scrutiny. The party's built its image on being a respectable alternative to the mainstream, but now they're forced to confront an issue that could shatter that carefully crafted facade. Robinson's complex history of activism has left an indelible mark on British politics. To his supporters, he's a working-class hero, exposing systemic failures in the justice system. Critics see him as a far-right agitator, stoking racial tensions. This polarization makes Reform UK's next move a potential make-or-break moment. If Farage embraces Robinson's cause, he risks alienating moderate voters and reinforcing accusations of extremism. But rejecting Robinson outright could spark a revolt among the party's base, who see parallels between Robinson's anti-establishment stance and Reform UK's own messaging. The wider implications for Reform UK are staggering. Their response to the Robinson situation will define their stance on controversial figures and contentious issues. Will they prioritize political expediency over principle, or will they risk electoral success to stand by their convictions? Farage's ultimate decision on Robinson could be the defining moment for Reform UK's identity. Will they position themselves as the party of free speech at all costs, potentially attracting a fervent but controversial base? Or will they maintain a more moderate stance, hoping to appeal to disillusioned conservative voters? This dilemma raises broader questions about the nature of political conviction in today's social media-driven landscape. Can a party maintain its principles while chasing electoral success? Or does the pursuit of power inevitably lead to compromise? As Reform UK grapples with these questions, the eyes of the nation are upon them. Their decision won't just shape their own future, but could potentially alter the course of British politics. The Tommy Robinson dilemma has become a litmus test for Reform UK's true colours. Will they stand firm or bend to the winds of populism? The answer could determine whether they remain a fringe party or become a major player in the next general election. As the dust settles on this political whirlwind, Reform UK finds itself at a crossroads that could define its future. The Musk-Robinson saga has forced Nigel Farage to confront a stark reality. Principles and popularity don't always go hand in hand. His firm stance against Tommy Robinson, "He's not what we need," might appease moderates, but it risks alienating a vocal base energized by Musk's endorsement. This dilemma cuts to the heart of modern politics. In an age where a single tweet can shift the political landscape, how does a party stay true to its core beliefs while chasing electoral success? Reform UK's decision will speak volumes about the nature of political conviction in our hyper-connected, polarized world. As voters, we're left grappling with uncomfortable questions. How much are we willing to compromise our principles for the promise of change? And at what point does pragmatism become a betrayal of the very ideals that drew us to a party in the first place? The answers may shape not just Reform UK's fate, but the future of British politics itself.